The recession for us was very strange actually. A lot of companies would tell us that orders had slowed down. Sort of thinking back to September, October 2008 when Lehman Brothers went under and Northern Rock. But for us, we were still very busy up until about January 2009, and then all of a sudden, everything just stopped. We didn't raise an invoice for 3 months. It was a very, very scary time for such a young business. We suffered, as most young businesses do, from what I call the sunflower effect. We shot up really, really quickly, and we probably had too much business to sustain. But like any sunflower at the end of summer, it just sort of toppled over. It was too tall, the head was too big, and we just didn't have the foundations and the structure to be able to cope with that growth. Couple that with the worst recession in 60 years, and we fell down pretty hard. In about March, we had to make everybody redundant, so it was just me for the best part of 3 months with some part-time help from an administrator. And very quickly we had to diversify the business. Nobody was hiring temporary staff. Nobody was hiring permanent staff. It was all about temporary. We'd never done temporary recruitment before. It wasn't an area of expertise. We didn't have the finance facilities to be able to deal with that. So in a matter of weeks, I'd put the business in a position where we could handle temporary recruitment. And without that, we would have almost certainly sunk. So our experience of the recession, I'm sure, is very similar to other experiences of other businesses. But when you are such a small company, the effects, I think, are felt a lot more. And especially not having run a business, to run a business through, as has been quoted, the worst recession in 60 years, come out the other side, I think was a baptism of fire that I never expected, but actually, on reflection, was probably one of the best experiences that I've ever had, because it has made me much stronger as a business person, and I believe it set me up for the future.